Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, 100% Pure Elvis. It's so good to see you all again, and as always I hope this all finds you well, and a big massive welcome to all of my new subscribers who have joined the channel recently. Thank you all for your ongoing support of the 100% Pure Elvis channel. On this upload today I have chosen a favourite album from the 1950s, a favourite album from the 1960s, and a favourite album from the 1970s. So let's get started on these favourite albums from each of these decades. And how have I made my choices? It is my preferred favourite album from each decade, which ones I listen to the most. And again, for me, it goes on the track listing and the songs that are included on each of these albums. So the first one is his second album, simply titled Elvis. Now, we all know about the iconic debut album from Elvis Presley, but I do prefer the follow-up album, simply titled Elvis. That iconic image, again, of Elvis on the front cover, a promotional image for his debut movie, Love Me Tender. This has a catalogue number of LSP 1382. This is from the United States of America. You got your track listing down here. I do have two copies of this because this one here is quite badly stained down the side here. So I wanted to get a copy that was in better condition cover wise. The vinyl inside is in mint condition to very good condition. So again, as I was saying, I do prefer the follow-up album, Elvis, from 1956. And inside, you have that, that's a sleeve, you have the black RCA Victor label with Nipper the Dog. Obviously, this is a reissue, but again, a gorgeous label there with Nipper the Dog. And as I was saying, I do have a duplicate of this title, which I picked up quite recently from SJ Records in Stratford-upon-Avon, and I will get that shared with you next, along with the track listing. So here you go. So this is the second copy. You can see there's still shrink wrap on it. It's open at the side, but top right, the RCA Experience. Again, you got the sticker here for the tax has been paid. It's got the same catalogue number as the previous one, and look on the back, it's just in mint condition. Again, a good purchase from SJ Records in Stratford-upon-Avon. Now the track listing, which you will all know for Elvis Presley's second album, is as follows: Rip It Up, Love Me, When My Blue Moon Turns to Gold Again, Long Tall Sally, First in Line, Paralyzed, So Glad You're Mine, Old Shep, Ready Teddy, Any Place Is Paradise, How's the World Treating You, How Do You Think I Feel. I'm going to have to go for Rip It Up. Me and my brother always sing Rip It Up. I do adore First in Line, Paralyzed, So Glad Your Mind's Beautiful, How's the World Treating You, and I love singing along to How Do You Think I Feel. So again, an absolutely stunning second album from the King of Rock and Roll from 1956. Again, you've got exactly the same album inside, but the sleeve is different. You know I love these sleeves with these iconic Elvis album designs on the front and back, and you will see it's the same label inside. So again, fortunate enough to find this copy recently at SJ Records in Stratford-upon-Avon. So again, that is my favourite Elvis Presley album from the 1950s. Just to let you know, I'm not sharing any soundtrack albums or live albums or sacred albums. These are just simply my favourite albums from each decade. We are now going on to the 1969 release from Elvis in Memphis. Absolutely I adore this album. I play this album a lot. Absolutely, it's such a stunning album from Elvis, a return to form. I really struggled with either choosing this or Back in Memphis, but I had to go with this because I do prefer the tracks on From Elvis in Memphis. Again, you have that iconic image of Elvis on the front cover there from the previous year's NBC TV special. I just think is so well designed for an Elvis Presley album from RCA. It's so well put together. On the back, another great image of Elvis on the back, and sharing the TV special album as well. This is from the United States of America. You can see it's got the tax sticker in the top right. This has a catalogue number of LSP 4155. LSP 4155. Really, really adore this copy. Now, again, this was another purchase from SJ Records in Stratford upon Avon. Again, you got that same sleeve design inside. And again, RCA black label. Now, I'm going to get closer in here. You will see besides the RCA label, there is a black sticker, and that black sticker is hiding Nipper the dog, because in the United Kingdom, RCA did not have the rights to share the image of Nipper the dog. So I am not even attempting to take them stickers off because I don't want to damage the label. So again, that's the black RCA Victor, and it will have Nipper the dog underneath the black sticker. Again, as I was saying, this copy is from the United States of America. And again, an iconic front and back cover images on From Elvis in Memphis. Now, the second copy is the one that I have had longest, and this is a German import copy of From Elvis in Memphis. Exactly the same front cover, but you can see it is promoting the single In the Ghetto, and it says Bild und Funk at the bottom right. Along the top, you got RCA, the catalogue number, LSP 4155D. You got 5 stars, which obviously it deserves 5 stars, and Victor stereo. The back cover is very different, still promoting the NBC TV special album from the previous year, and that's another great image of Elvis also from the previous year at the NBC TV special. Now, again, let me share with you the vinyl inside this copy. It's on the orange RCA Victor label. Let me get this out. Now, this is very heavy vinyl. It's quite heavy. And as I'm going to get closer in there, as you can see under where it says Victor, you will see it says Music for Nick or something like that, Bild de Funk. Sorry about my German, but love that label. Now let's get on to the iconic track listing for From Elvis in Memphis. Again, let me turn that over. So, From Elvis in Memphis, again, you'll all know the track listing. Wearing that Love Done look, Only the Strong Survive, I'll Hold You in My Heart Till I Can Hold You in My Arms, Long Black Limousine, It Keeps Right On a Hurtin', I'm Moving On, Power of My Love, Gentle on My Mind, After Loving You, True Love Travels on a Gravel Road, Any Day Now, In the Ghetto. Now, again, it's very difficult to choose favourites. Every single song on this album is iconic and in its own way. I just love everything about this album From Elvis in Memphis. If I had to choose, I would have to go for Long Black Limousine and True Love Travels on a Gravel Road. So this is my favourite album from the 1960s, the 1969 release of From Elvis in Memphis. Now, you all know what my favourite Elvis Presley album is of all time, and it just happens to be from 1970, the following year. That's the way it is. I've got 3 copies. So this is a reissue celebrating Elvis's 50th anniversary. Again, another iconic image of Elvis on the front cover. Also, you all know this is my favourite Elvis Presley album cover design, also with that iconic lettering design of Elvis. That's the way it is, and that image of Elvis on the front cover to me is just outstanding. The multiple images of Elvis on the back cover to this copy of That's the Way It Is, absolutely stunning. Now, this copy has a catalogue number of NL84114. NL84114. Inside, this is on my favourite label. You can all see, you all know what it is. It is that black and silver RCA Victor label. That's my favourite label. You all know that. Hoping you can see that well. Really love that label. And again, I've said many times over why this is my personal favourite album of all time. I think it's because it has such special meaning to me growing up. This is an album that I listened to time and time again. And again, it's just the track listing, the song choices, his vocal prowess. I just love everything about it. The second copy that I purchased was recent, and this is a Japanese import. So you got the same front cover image of Elvis there on the front. Very different back cover. Absolutely adore that image of Elvis as well. I've shared this before, so again, don't mind sharing it again. Hold it out. Great image there of Elvis again. You got the song lyrics, which I love that touch. It's such a great touch. You know, Elvis is wearing my favourite shirt there, and I'm wearing this shirt because of that. I love this shirt that I am wearing. Reminds me of the shirt from That's the Way It Is. This has a catalogue number of, let me try and find that again for you. Right, yeah. SX201. SX201. It's under the RCA lettering there. Absolutely adore this copy. Again, I ordered this. This was an eBay purchase. And what I love about this is it comes with a free magazine inside. This is not an original part of the release, not as far as I'm aware anyway. Elvis Forever. So the buyer who I purchased this off on eBay must have added this into the vinyl for me. But again, I don't think it was an original part of this Japanese import release. Obviously, everything's in Japanese. But again, still a great touch. Really, really love having things like this inside. There we go. And then the vinyl inside. There we go. It's the orange RCA Victor label. I'm not going to take it out of its cellophane. You can see it perfectly well there. So again, absolutely adore that. Let me get that back in. So that's the second copy of my favourite album of all time, but my favourite album from the 1970s. That's the Way It Is. And finally, we are going on to, this has to be my favourite vinyl in my entire collection. Of course, I have vinyl that is worth more money than this, but I play this consistently. I love everything about it. It is the music on vinyl release of That's the Way It Is. I've shared this on my channel many a time before. It has a catalogue number of MOVLP 1218. MOVLP 1218. Again, that iconic front cover image. On the back, very different. It's got 4 LPs inside. The track listing down the right-hand side. Now, I am going to get this out. I've got to be careful because, again, I don't want to keep on handling this because I don't want to do any damage to it. Again, it's just so well designed, packaged and put together. There we go. I'm hoping you can see that all okay. Again, I'm going to share one of the vinyls because they're all exactly the same. It's the orange RCA Victor label, all three, and they're heavyweight vinyl. Get that put back inside, he says. See what I mean? It can be really precarious. I just love, I'm going to try and hold it as best that I can. I just love the design of the middle here. There we go. Isn't that gorgeous? As you know, it folds out again. Again, trying to be very careful so you can all get a good view of it. And then I'm going to share with you the booklet. Many of you would have seen the booklet before, but for some of my newer subscribers, you might not have had the opportunity. So this is the booklet inside. Again, mirroring the image on the front cover, but on the back, another great one of Elvis there. Inside, I just find that iconic. I absolutely love them for different colour images of Elvis. It's stunning. So it's so well put together, so well designed. I love everything about That's the Way It Is. The movie, the album, the tour, everything about this to me is just Elvis at his peak. Absolutely stunning. Do you know when they say if you could only own one Elvis Presley album, which would it be? This would be it, because I just love everything about That's the Way It Is. And again, some people might say, well, why wouldn't you choose the iconic debut album or one of his more well-known or best-selling albums? But I just love That's the Way It Is. I just love everything about this great release from 1970. Again, you can't call it a studio album. It's a live album, isn't it? And again, obviously for me, it's just, I can't praise this album enough. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share with you the original track listing from the original release of That's the Way It Is. So let me just grab the one that I shared with you first, which is the one with the 50th anniversary sticker on the front. I just can't help believing 20 days and 20 nights, how the web was woven, patch it up. Mary in the morning, you don't have to say you love me. You've lost that loving feeling. I've lost you, just pretend. The next step is love, bridge over troubled water. I remember when I listened to this album on loop, which meant I used to listen to this album constantly. I just can't help believing I've always adored that song and single. Mary in the Morning, I've always loved that. His version of Bridge Over Troubled Water, sublime. Again, I've Lost You is another great track. I just love every single track on here. I suppose, you know, if I had to choose a track that I feel, again, that I probably, it's not a personal favourite of mine, I would have to go for, it's a difficult, no, I'm not going to choose any, because, again, I'm just going to, I enjoy all of these tracks. Again, there is no track on here that I'm not too fond of. I just love all of them. But again, it's an album that I remember when I used to listen to this album when I was younger. You know, I used to always play it over and over again. And it's an album that I still play the most to this day. The additional songs on the music on vinyl copy of That's the Way It Is cover the August 12th dinner show. And we have That's All Right, I Got a Woman, Hound Dog, Heartbreak Hotel, Love Me Tender, I've Lost You, I Just Can't Help Believing, Patch It Up, 20 Days and 20 Nights, You've Lost That Loving Feeling, Polk Salad Annie, Introductions, Blue Suede Shoes, You Don't Have to Say You Love Me, Bridge Over Troubled Water, Suspicious Minds Can't Help Falling in Love. So they are my favourite albums from each decade of Elvis Presley's recording career. Again, if I had to choose between sacred albums, live albums, again, That's the Way It Is would still be a standalone favourite, but the other two might change in respect of different favourites, because obviously you're looking at soundtrack albums from the 1950s and 60s, obviously, but they are my three albums that I listen to the most from each decade of Elvis Presley's recording career. So we had the second album, Elvis, from 1956. We then went on to the 1969 album from Elvis in Memphis, and then finally we ended up with the 1970 album, That's the Way It Is. All three with iconic front cover images of Elvis Presley. Thank you all for taking the time out to return to my channel today. I do really appreciate the support you give me and the 100% Pure Elvis channel. Thank you all. As always, please keep Elvis close to your hearts. Please keep on playing his music. Lots of love, everybody, and I will speak real soon. Bye-bye.